Let's look at some issues on fishing. Now, for Margaret Ankamah, fishmongering is no more viable and dreads to see her children take after her. Speaking to my colleague Wendy Laryea from her base in Accra, she opted to educate her children instead.
The smell of seafood is overwhelming and a turn off at the seashore, but it takes a few minutes to get used to it. The smell is overpowered by the colors, silverfish heads and crabs waiting to go home with the next customer. Margaret Ankamah, a 51-year-old fishmonger, comes to Abese Seashore or Abese Inshona Adla in the Greater Accra region every morning at 7:30 except Tuesdays. A third-generation Ga fishmonger whose family has been in seafood business since the early 1950s. She told me the family made a fortune from fishmongering.
This time is difficult for me, but about 15 years time it's not difficult because we get plenty fish, so I get plenty profit from it. So I take my 4 children to secondary school, but this time the profit is low.
She explained the fish business is tough and wouldn't want her 6 children to take after her. Her predicting the family's love for fishmongering will end with her or her first daughter, Accra.
I want to educate them to make big people. I want graduates. So when I tell them to do this work, before 5 years or 7 years, they don't get money to look after their children.
Accra is 32 years and married with 5 children. She dropped out of school but would have loved to study law.
The fish business is no more lucrative. I wouldn't want my children to be fishmongers. That's why I'm investing in their future by educating them.
Margaret usually buys 50 small plastic buckets of fish from fishermen at 12 cedis a bucket and sells it at 13 cedis.
15 years ago, we bought the 1 carton of the case about 150, which means 15 Ghana cedis. And when we sell it, we get about 20 Ghana cedis. But this time when you sell it, you don't get plenty profit. When I get 1 basket, I get 1 cedi. So 10 buckets before I get 10 Ghana.
She pays the fishermen weekly, while her customers also pay her weekly or as and when they sell the fish. She was worried. In about 5 years or more, the stock of fish in the sea will be depleted.
Big canoes, they have a small nets. They call in Ghana ofenla. So all the fish which is born today, tomorrow, they catch all that fish. So about 5 years time, we don't get plenty fish in the sea.
She mentioned some other challenges fishmongers at La had to deal with.
They take the refuse to the gutters. Then when the rain falls, they all go into the sea. So when the fishermen came, they break rubbers, black rubbers. So this also is my problem. Fish, we see that no shed to sit at it. We sit at here. When the sun is coming, then we go back. When the sun we go back. We don't have any sheds.
My interview with Margaret ended when she told me that the fish business brought in lots of money, but that is now no more. Wendy Laryea, TV3.